twin. In the name of our ancestors, peace forever and always. Welcome to another edition of what I call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper or the host of this program, known here. I am known as the mighty Angel Snup 7. I am also your soul brother, number 1. I want to make perfectly clear that when I make videos speaking like some may view as negative towards Black First or RBG Nation or Pan-Afrikanism or Nation of Islam, or when I say blackity black blood, I want to make something very clear. I am speaking about a certain mindset. I am speaking about a nasty behavior, a selfish behavior, an arrogant behavior. I am very sure, matter of fact, I know that there are Nation of Islam members. They may not like how I speak about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, but they embrace the truth that comes from this platform. There are those who are Pan-African, Black supremacy, Kemetic, Christian, so many ideologies, gays and lesbians and those who are in interracial relationship. You may not believe it, but they are here. They are here under the sound of my voice because they may not agree 1,000% with Angel Snup 7, but they are truth seekers and they want real freedom and justice for us as a people. So as my brother T-Mont always used to say, we have learned how to eat the steak and throw away the bone. Well, Angel, I don't agree with you on that point, but you my brother, and I'm gonna stand with you on the truth and the realism that you bring. So I'm a Christian, and I subscribe to Angel Snup 7. So I'm Pan-African, and I subscribe to Angel Snup 7. So I'm Kemetic, Black supremacy, and the list goes on, and they are here. How you doing there, Brother Scott? And they are here. The only ones who have a problem with Angel Snup 7 are those who are in love with falsehood. those who are in love with deceit, those who are exploiting the people that they claim they are out here to save. Hey, how you doing there, Joe? What's up, everybody? I want to say to all of you in these different facets of ideology, I say blackity black, black. You are doing yourself a disservice by blaming Angel Snuff 7. I have not done anything. I'm not the one running around calling people coons and Uncle Toms and wishing death on people. That's your folks. That's your folks running around here threatening black people, calling us Sambos and coons and niggas, and the list goes on and on. Telling us these fairy tales about Africa, fairy tales about our past history, bringing us plagiarized history and teachings. That's them. Don't get angry at me because of their behavior. You need to talk to your own people and straighten them up. They are the ones that have the problem, not Angel Snuff 7. I'm not going to allow you to sit around and call me all types of nasty names and threaten my life and talk about committing assault upon me. I'm supposed to sit back and be quiet? It's not gonna happen. That's their behavior. You never hear me talk about beating somebody up. You never hear me talk about wishing death on somebody. You have the right to believe whatever you want to believe. You have the right to say whatever you want to say. Don't bother me at all. I support free speech. Because your free speech don't bother me. Your free speech is not exposing me. Your free speech has no effect on me. Even when you lie. When you expose me and you mix truth with falsehood and you tell lies, that don't bother me at all. Has no effect. The only one that can affect me is YouTube and Google, because they have the power to tear your channel down. And even then, the only thing I do is make another channel. So what? Those who are interested in reality, those who are interested in truth, they're gonna find it. So your people with their nasty, violent behaviors, disrespectful behavior, they are the problem. Straighten up your own folks. Everybody's not going to sit back and let them call them names and not shoot some names right back at you. You're not the only one that can fire back with name calling. So you need to straighten out your own sewer rats, your own parasites. pieces of trash. Clean up your own house. Don't blame me for their behavior. We want to talk about Pan-Africanism, this mindset. You can have a Pan-African mindset because you are obsessed with a place most of you never even been, and you will never go. Mother Africa. Myself, I prefer Mother Earth, not just one spot. I prefer Mother. What you see is a creation and belongs to this planet itself, including Africa, the continent. I am a product of the earth. I am an earthling. I am not an African. I have the right to go anywhere on this planet I want to, if I can survive there. I'm not relegated to Africa. Matter of fact, if Africa was so good and so wonderful, then you tell me why people left Africa. Like Eric Muhammad said, talk black to me. If Africa was so beautiful and so perfect and so wonderful, you tell me, and I'm not talking about people from the continent coming to America, I'm talking about way in the ancient past, why did people leave Africa if it's so great? If it's so wonderful, why did they leave? I'm going to tell you why they left. Some of the reasons. Why would you want to leave a place that's so beautiful and perfect? That don't even make any sense. And not only did the people leave Africa, but many animals left Africa and went and started life in other places on the earth. That should make you think. I'm a Pan-African. I'm black first. I'm unapologetically black. I just love Africa so much. That's my mama country. I love Africa. This is what you will hear. Why do you love Africa so much? This is what they would tell you. The two main reasons they would tell you why you a self-hater. What you mean your history begins with slavery? You mean you stupid enough you don't want to accept Africa? Two reasons why.
Miles. Keep to the right on I-39 North US 51 North.
Two reasons why they are so in love with Africa. One reason is the resources. Africa got gold, silver, oil. That's ours. You mean you don't want to claim Africa? Look at what we got. We got oil, diamonds. Africa got all these resources. You don't want to claim Africa? You a damn fool. Now mind you, we got to go back to Africa and claim our resources. Woo! Hey, if you got resources in Africa, go claim it. Go ahead. Dr. Umar Johnson, Guy Nollywood Jr., and all these Pan-African type folks or whatever. These your resources, right? Go claim our resources. If you have resources in Africa, go get it.
In a quarter mile, keep to the right on
First of all,
US 51 North.
you need a passport to go to Africa. You gotta ask the white man, can I go, sir? Can I go to Africa, sir? If he said no, your ass ain't going nowhere. King Noble said, that's a fact. You gotta ask the Peckerwood, can you go to Africa? So your first step is to get a passport. The second step is somebody over there has to approve you because they can turn your ass away. They don't have to allow you to come. But if you are an African, as you say, if you got something over there you trying to claim, how can you be denied entry? Now see, the whole thing don't make any sense. Now, the Peckerwood said you can go to Africa, and once you get over there, the nation that you go to, because Africa is a continent, you have to go to a particular nation. Okay, they approve of you being there. Now, claim your resource. Claim the resource, our resource. Where do you begin? Our resource.
Continue on this road for 118 miles.
Where is it? Is it in Gambia? In the Congo? Perhaps Liberia? South Africa? Where is your resources that you say, I'm going to claim our resources? Go over there and claim your resources and just start digging and see how those people are going to respond to you. You say it's ours. You will find real fast those people didn't get the memo. Hey, what you doing? I'm claiming our resources. They have no idea what you're talking about. So you want to steal the resources of Africa because you don't have no claim over there at all, period, whatsoever. That's the reality of it. Now, the second thing they do, or why they so in love with Africa, they want the resources because they're greedy and they want to become rich and wealthy. They want to be like the Peckerwood. They want money. They want power. They want to be able to murder people at will and get away with it and enslave people just like the racists do. That's what they want to do. They have the same mentality. So, now, the second thing they like about Africa is the glorious history. And whatever else they think Africa of greatness. They want to claim that. They have no connection to that history. Matter of fact, they did not even exist. The so-called Negro in America did not even exist during the time of Egypt, Timbuktu, and all these other glorious civilizations they want to claim. You don't want to be an African? You just want to be a slave? Your history starts with slavery? You don't want to claim Egypt and all these other stuff. So they want to steal Africa resources, and they want to steal African history. A Pan-African ain't nothing but a damn thief. A Pan-African ain't nothing but a thief. A plagiarist, a liar, and a thief. That's what a Pan-African is. Claiming stuff that don't belong to you. Plagiarizing history, claiming it as your own, you have nothing to do with it. You try to claim something simply because you're supposed to be black and an African. My mother is my mother. I came from her womb. I cannot claim her history. If my mother was born in the 1930s and I wasn't born until the 1960s, yeah, that's my mother. I'm related to her. How can I claim her history? I wasn't around in 1930 or 40 or 50. My history don't begin until the 1960s. That's when my history began. That's not my history. That's the history of my family. For sure, your family. It is delusions. It is outright lies. It's fairy tales. So the top two reasons why you need to be a Pan-African is because you need to claim the resources of Africa, and you need to claim the glorious history of the continent. Now, if you notice, I know that's right, twin. Now, if you notice, they never tell you, they never spend time talking about how they love the people. You notice that? They want to tell you about the resources and the glorious history of Africa. Where are the videos where these people talking about how much they love the people? Now, there is a channel called Search for Uhuru, and this brother is on the continent, intermingling with the people on the continent and whatever. It's about the research and claim. He's honest. You can go anywhere in the world if you have some money, and because people want your money, they will treat you a certain way. So they treat him really, really nice because he has money. They make him a prince and a king. They'll make you whatever. Now, mind you, he goes to Africa and these people make him a prince, makes him a king, only because he has money. Because they do the same thing for white folks. You can go on the internet and you see Caucasian people who have been made kings and queens by the African people there because they have money. So they're not treating you no different because you money. It's about the resources. It's about claiming history that don't belong to you. They don't talk about how they love the people. We do love the people. They tell you they love the people. Well, guess what? I'm going to show you that you are a liar. What? I'm an African. And I love African people. I'm going to show you that you are a liar. Because there are many, about thousands. It's not a few hundred. You have people from the African continent by the thousands who are here in America. If you look at all the Pan-African videos, how many Africans from the continent are in these Pan-African videos? Talk black to me. You say you love Africans? It's all about Mother Africa? You love African people? You do know that some of these people from the continent have their own neighborhoods. They have their own little cliques in America. Do you see Pan-Africans hanging out in the Somali community or the Nigerian community? The African people that live in America, since you love Africans so much, they are here, right here with you. Do you see them hanging with the African people? No, you don't. No, you don't. Now, I don't care where you live. You can find a group of African people where you live. If I want to interview people from the continent, I know where they are. I know where they are. So, especially if you are a Pan-African, you should know where the Africans are at in your city or in your town. And you should want to hang out with them. You should want to get to know them, right? You don't see them. You don't see them interviewing. You do not see them hanging out with Africans. And they are right here with you. Explain that to me. Dr. Umar Johnson is a Pan-African. Dr. Umar Johnson is the prince of Pan-African. How many times and when do you see this man all these supposed to be Pan-African folks? Do you see them socializing with the people right here that's African right here in America? You don't. Now there's a brother, Bakari, who lives in Atlanta. He actually socialized with the people that's from the continent that live in Atlanta. He socialized with them. Vast majority of these people that love Africa, calling themselves black first, Pan-African, you do not see them. You do not see them hang. You are a liar. You do not love Pan-African. You do not love African people. You want the resources. You want to claim the history. You really don't like the people because you know they're not you. And you have no connection to them. You can't relate to them. That's why you don't hang out with them. And you don't want to get to know them like that. Because you are an American. Because the reality is, you are an American Negro. And you know this. That's why you don't hang out with them. Now, this is another thing about Pan-Africanism. Where do the teaching come from? Do it come from Africa? Or do it come from the so-called Negro in America? Africans do not teach, and there's no such philosophy as Pan-Africanism. Actually, Pan-Africanism was a political idea back in the day to simply unite the nations on the African continent. Had nothing to do with your morality, your ideology or whatever. It was just a political movement to try to unite the nations on the continent. That's all it was. Now, Pan-African is some type of religion. Go look it up. What Pan-African is supposed to be. It is not what Umar Johnson represents, or Pharaoh said that, or RBG Nation, or all what these people talking about. Pan-Africanism has nothing to do with Africa. None of the teachings come from Africa. But you're Pan-African. The teachings do not originate in Africa. It's a United States of America Negro thing. The last point I want to make is a Pan-African want the people to go back to Africa. Mind you, you've never been to Africa. How you gonna return to a place you've never been? But let's go to Africa. Because Africa, well, first of all, you want to go because you want the resources. And you want to be able to claim the history. That's the main reason you want to go to Africa. Not because you love the people and you really want to learn the culture. You want the resources, just like everybody else do. Speaking of everybody else, what is Africa in 2020? What is it? The reality is, this is what Africa is. Africa is European. Africa is Chinese. Africa is Asian. Africa is an Arabic continent. That's what it is. Africa, the continent, and its people are not the delusion that Pan-Africans want you to believe. Some of these African people on the continent, they believe in white Jesus more than the pink folks do, than the Europeans. You can take a state, an African nation like Angola. They love white Jesus probably more than the so-called Negro in America. They speak French, and of course English. The national language of African nations are European, Portuguese, French. Matter of fact, they said the majority of the African countries, they speak French now. These African people are bleaching their skin, getting plastic surgery to look like Europeans. When you look at African culture, you don't know whether it's real or not because they have mixed traditional culture with your European culture. They are just as bad or worse than the so-called Negro in America. So why or what? They are destroyed people. They are not what they was back in the day. So you have Europeans and Asians and of course the Arabs. They have conquered Africa. So what's the rush? What's the big deal about running to Africa? Accept your own and be yourself. You have no resources in Africa. They're not going to give you nothing. Bring some money and you can buy something. So it's the whole mindset is delusion. So we need to do and take the advice of an old saying I heard when I was growing up. We need to get in where we fit in. If we can get into Africa and fit in, cool. If we can go to China and get in where we fit in, that's cool. If we can do it right here in America, get in where you fit in. Accept your own, be yourself, understand who you are, and work with what you got. These delusions of grandeur, this Pan-African, black first, Kemetic, Nation of Islam, this blackity-black mindset is delusional, it's not real, and it's taking you down the road to nowhere. What has it done for you lately? Absolutely nothing. It's thousands of people who support all this Pan-African black stuff. It's thousands. They can't get together to save their life. They hate each other. They don't even like each other. You cannot even unite with other Pan-Africans right here in the United States. How the hell you gonna be able to go to Africa and help Africa when you cannot even help yourself? I give you a piece of bread, and I don't even have a piece of bread for myself. Don't make any sense. You don't tell me about God. I don't see what God did for you. Show me what God is doing for you. But you don't tell me what God gonna do for me. I don't see nothing God is doing for you. Your God is a failure. Your Pan-Africanism is a failure. Everything that you have tried is a failure. Why don't you get on board the soul train and try something different? Start thinking differently and see. One thing for sure, how you thinking, what you're doing now is taking you nowhere. So why should I get on your ship? Why should I get in your cab? It's not taking you nowhere. This is a proven fact. I will say this again. From 2010 to 2020, what has Pan-African, Black First, RBG Nation, Kemetic, Hebrew Israelite, More Science Temple, the 5% Nation, and the list goes on and on. What have they done for us? What have they accomplished? 2010 to 2020. The answer is nothing. You are happy with talk. You are happy with nothing. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught, why do we love the white man? Because he gives us nothing. Why do you love Farrakhan? Because he gives you nothing. Why do you love Cynthia G? Because she gives you nothing. Why you love Tariq Nasheed? Because he gives you nothing. Why you love Sinetta TV? Because he gives you nothing. And the list goes on and on. And that is acceptable. So, if that is acceptable, why are you complaining about having nothing? Why are you complaining about still being in the condition that you're in and it's not changing? You're not doing nothing to change the condition. So you're supposed, if you are in a fire and you don't make no attempt to jump out the window, you don't make no attempt to get out the room where the fire is at, we have to do something different. We have to do something new. You don't have to get on board the soul train. You got to do something different. And I'm saying you don't have to get on board the soul train, but what I'm telling you is, if you don't, I very much doubt that anything that you can come up with, if it is based and if it's rooted and founded upon Pan-Africanism, Black First, and all this blackity stuff, it's not gonna work. That mindset and anything where religion is involved, anything where religion is involved is gonna be a failure. Because religion supports oppression. Religion supports exploitation. Religion was not designed to liberate, it was designed to enslave. The only thing you're going to do is go from one slave master to another plantation. And when you come to this platform, we are not interested in changing slave masters. We are interested in freedom, justice, and equality, 1,000% liberation from oppression. I don't want to go from the white man, from the Peckerwood, to an abusive Negro. Might as well stay with the Peckerwood. And if you look at these Pan-African folks, when you look at all this blackity black stuff, you jump on their plantation, you're probably going to get treated worse than what the white man have done to you. Because these Negroes are crazy. They insane. They are influenced by these crazy, woman-hating religions. So if you're a woman, you're really going to get it. You're really going to get it as a woman. You're just going to go from one slave master to another. These men have no respect and no real love for womanhood. The only thing you are as a woman is a breeding machine. That's all you are. You can offer the nation, you can offer nothing else. You're just a breeding machine. You're just something for men to use. That's all. You don't have a brain. They don't care nothing about your brain. Just bring me your booty, your vagina, your thighs, make me some babies so I can make some slaves for myself. That's all you worth. You're just a chicken. Lay me some eggs. But because of technology, one of the first things these Pan-African type folks will tell you, stop believing what the white man say. Africa is not this, Africa is not that. The white man is a liar. Do your own research. Africa is not, you don't have to believe the white man. It's a lot of websites that's not controlled by the white man. You can see what you're dealing with on the African continent. My brother Taalik sent me a video, and you have Nigerians going to war with Nigerians because one Nigerian is calling the other Nigerian fake. And they willing to kill and murder each other, fight each other, because you ain't a real Nigerian. Oh man, let me say this, and I'm gonna be Audi 5000. Now check this out. If you have people on the continent going to war with each other, calling themselves fake Nigerians, what are they going to do to you? Take your happy ass to Africa. And you wasn't born there. Talk about you are African. Now, if people that was actually born on the continent cannot be called a real Nigerian, what are they going to call you and me? And we take our happy ass over there. They going to call you a fake African. You don't belong nowhere. You're not a fake Nigerian. or a fake Mongolian, or a fake South African? What you think will happen to us if they are going to war, willing to kill each other because somebody over there is fake, and you know you wasn't born there? Sooner or later, we will be targets. Especially if we are doing good economically. You think those people are going to tolerate you going to Africa and then you are doing better than them economically? Calling yourself an African. The true color's gonna come out. Oh, wow. See? You don't think that far. You think these people are just lovey-dovey? Oh, you some long-lost relative? Look. Even in your own family, you don't give a damn about no long-lost relative. You just look at them and say, okay, where you been? And you go on about your business. You don't go all out your way talk about, wow, I didn't know you was related to me. You don't trip off nobody like that. But you expect these people who don't know you. So what? So what if you are African? You think them people are supposed to be happy? Happy about it? And you are doing economically better than them? You dress better than them? You eat better than them? You think they're gonna tolerate that? And you are a newbie? Oh, we need to really think about some of this stuff. I mean, look how you do in America. Some of these brothers and sisters actually do not want to leave the hood. They actually want to stay among their own people. What do you do when you bring your fancy car to the hood and you live better than the people in the hood? They're gonna break into your house. They're gonna rob you. Y'all know, you know how it goes. That's why you make your money and you get out the hood. But you think that these Africans have a different mentality. That's not how it works. We have a mindset. And when you go to Africa, that's how you're gonna feel. You know, I'm doing my own thing. This is my nation. I'm building, see? And you think those people around you gonna tolerate that? Yes, they are. The hood is a dangerous place because you're dealing with people that don't have nothing. And if they don't have it, then they're gonna try to take it from those that got it. It's simple as that. They will murder you and you don't have nothing, but you got more than what I had. You remember good times and the Evans was getting ready to get evicted out of their apartment? And the Evans had a 2-bedroom apartment. JJ and Micah slept in the living room, Thelma had her own room, and the parents had their room. But there was somebody who wanted the Evans apartment because they had less. And they didn't mind, they did not care if the Evans family was going to be homeless, because they wanted to change their condition. So it's a lot of work we have to do. We have to change the mindset of the people. But the only way you can do that, we have to do something about poverty. There's plenty for everybody. It makes no sense. So many people are living in a poverty situation. But if you don't have poverty, who is going to be the slaves for the rich? Who gonna work these jobs? Who gonna work at McDonald's? Who gonna work at Burger King? Who's gonna clean up these beds in these hotel rooms? You need a poverty-stricken slave population, whether it's in America or it's on Africa or Asia. You need a slave population. You're a Pan-African, and none of your teachers come from Africa. You're a Pan-African, and you don't even socialize with the people right here in America. Sounds like a bunch of hypocrites. On that note, let me get out of here. I took another 20-minute video and made an hour out of it. But it's all good. I'll catch y'all on the flip-flop, on the flip. Thank you for joining me early this morning. Have a peaceful day if you can. And as Don Cornelius always say, I wish us love, peace, and soul.